Tuesday, 3rd of March. It is 1:45 and I have just finished the plant shop painting. I'm so happy with it. Look how green it is. The reason why I've stayed up to nearly midnight getting this done is, one, I had the energy to do it tonight compared to the last couple of nights when I started painting this. But I also really want to get a scan of it tomorrow so that I can send off a print request to my printing company because I outsource my printing. I have quite a few prints that are out of stock still that I've been putting off ordering so that I can include this in my order, because I'm 99% sure I'm going to be doing Plenty Peeps Market at the very end of the month, but my mum is coming to visit in a few days and she's going to stay with me for a few weeks, so I really want to be able to enjoy my time with her, and I just want to get a lot of this admin stuff out of the way. The original I plan to give to the owner of Plenty Peeps, Josh, who's amazing and has invited me along to these markets that they've held a couple of times, and just a lovely friend. So I plan to give him the original and then sell prints of it. It's well past the hour for me to go to bed. Thankfully I'm working from home tomorrow so I can sleep in for a little bit and I don't have to interact with people immediately.
Of the generations before us.
Now it is time for you and me to nurture Australia's democracy, to change the world. People power.
The 11th of March, and as you can see from the clips that have preceded this, March has already been a little bit eventful. I have had initially both my parents and now just my mum visiting with me, but we have got a joint project. So my mum does these amazing furniture pieces. I'm going to put her business name down here. You can find her on socials, and she makes furniture pieces in Brisbane where she's based. And I have had, I'll put some photos here of what I had in my living room. I have this like ladder shelving unit. It just has not been vibing with me, especially my home is really quite settled now. And that piece was something I bought when I first moved into my apartment here in Canberra. And it just hasn't gelled. I wanted something a little bit more cottage cozy. So, also going to insert some pictures here. Over the weekend, we found the perfect bookcase at a local thrift op shop, and we are upcycling it. Mum is out at the moment getting me a few paint samples to see. I have bought off Amazon, unfortunately. I like to support small business, but sometimes we have no choice. I bought some cute legs to put on the bookcase so it sits up as a unit. We have cut it down to size. I will put a picture up as well of us cutting it in the parking lot to actually fit it in the car. Gonna paint it, gonna paint the interior, I think like a creamy white color, and the exterior a butter yellow. Little project that's happening on the side. I haven't really done too much painting so far this month, a little bit at the start of the month, but while I've had my parents visiting, just been spending time with them, but now it's just Mum and I. I'm going to get back into a little bit of painting. I have some commission work to get on with, so I've got to do that. I have a market coming up in just under 2 weeks. I have put in an order for prints, so I've been doing little bits and pieces, just not recording it obviously. That's where we're at so far. It is Friday the 13th of March. We have had a change of direction for the bookcase. Instead of painting the interior white, it's all yellow. We have done the first like primer coat And now it's going to have 2 more coats of yellow. I'm going to do the legs hopefully tonight. Still haven't decided what I'm doing with the top and what trim. It's really annoying because there's not that much decorative trim available in Australia. So that's still a TBC, and that may even be a work in progress for a little while. But let me show you what the inside looks like. I am back in the studio and painting. I am really excited to get stuck back into that one in particular. If you can't tell, I'm really loving working with acrylics at the moment. I feel like I'm in my acrylic painting era. I am still working on watercolors. Last night I sketched up a new pet portrait. Let me show you the sketch. So this is a sketch of the lovely Molly. And I'm going to have some flowers on the side as well, which was asked by the client. So just an A4 pet portrait. I should hopefully knock that over in the next week and a half and get it off to them. I am a little bit delayed in starting it, but what I'm learning as a recovering perfectionist, creative business owner, I'm not creating my best work if I'm pushing myself too hard. You can't really force it sometimes, and I needed the little break that I had, and you know, with the last pet portrait, it was a little bit challenging. So this one has taken a couple more weeks to get started than I'd hoped. Thankfully, they've been really understanding. And yeah, I should be able to start painting maybe tonight. Tuesday the 17th, and I have just received an exciting delivery that's going to help with this situation. Let's go put it together. Done. Now wheels. Before, after. How much better is that? So organized. Makes me feel like I have a lot more floor space in the studio for once. I'm going to be working with heaps more canvases, particularly bigger sizes, so this will keep them safe, not leaning against each other precariously. These taller ones might be a bit tricky to not pressing in against the canvas. I'll have to be a bit careful with those. I don't want to create divots in the canvas, but otherwise, brilliant. I got this online, cannot remember the store, for like $50, which is pretty darn good. It arrived within a few days, so I did contemplate making something, especially while my mum is here, but that was just going to be way too costly. So this was much more cost effective. It's Wednesday, the 18th of March, and thankfully these prints have arrived just in time for markets on the weekend. Got a restock of some existing prints, but also some new ones. This was an impulse decision. Thankfully, the printers were able to print it and get to me really quickly. This is a painting I did last year that I've been meaning to turn into prints, and I think will be perfectly suited to this weekend's market. And also in preparation for next weekend at Plenty Peeps, we've got the Plant Shop prints in 2 sizes now. I've got it in the smaller size and with the bookshop print as well. I've gotten them both in a bigger size. That's not quite A4, but similar to that size, just slightly different proportions. So now I need to put these all into sleeves and get them ready to sell at markets and update online stock as well. It feels good to be back in my comfort zone of painting dogs. Of the pet portraits, dogs are definitely the animal that I've painted the most, so I've got a bit of a process down pat, and this is the first layer. I like to put in the dark values and, you know, the mid-tones, and then I do a bit of a wash, soften all of the brush strokes, and now I can start to pick and choose where I'm building up a bit more texture, a bit more depth. I always start with the eyes. The eyes are done. The little snout has a little bit more work to be done. But feeling really good with this first layer. Looking really well. Got a few little flowers that I will probably put in after. Well, I say I might put them in after. We'll see how I'm feeling. But first layer is done. I'm going to call it a night. It is Saturday, the 21st of March, and I am here at the Colourful Minds Market, all set up. Doors should open kind of soon. Just did a big group photo. There are, I think, 37 stall holders here, which is fabulous. Beautiful, diverse array of different things. Hoping it's a good day. We'll wait and see. It's at the Ainsley Football Club, so... Sorry, fix my hair. So I'm not sure how that will impact people kind of coming. Don't know what the tickets are like because you have to pay to come into this market, which I don't like, to be honest. But I'm sure the organisers had their reasons for that. So anyway, it is 20 past 10. Doors will open in 10 minutes. So we'll see. So we have Kayla, who's also going to be recording using her DJI. We'll be twin vlogging today. But this is, I'm in the corner, which is nice. There's the front entrance, and then got more all around, so kind of in the middle. Swap ya? And this is Kayla's. She is the girl who knots, and she does so many amazing vlogs. So if you enjoy a good vlog watch, definitely check her out. Kayla is the only one I know. Everyone else is brand new to me. Well, actually no, Pix down the end there is, I've seen her at another market, but otherwise, should be good. Doors have opened and people are already starting to wander in, which doesn't surprise me so much for this crowd. See how we go. Our one check-in. I have sold one bookmark for $3. It did cost me $100 to be here, so I at least wanted to make back that money. It seems like a decent crowd, but I don't think they're really vibing with my stuff, so which is what I feared. See how we're going in the next couple of hours, but I might call it early for this market. I'm also it's indoors, so it's a bit bright, and well, hopefully that's not thunder.
can't wait for a storm to pass. It's a lot of noise. So I don't know that I would last until 4:30 anyway. That's a long day in like a lot going on. So we'll see. I'd like to at least make back my stall fee. It is 12:44, so it has been just over 2 hours of the market. I've noticed it's really started to slow down now, and I think it'll probably continue to slow the trickle of customers, but thankfully I've made some sales. I've made just about double the stall fee, which is incredible. Someone bought an original watercolour, and that really helped send me over the edge, as well as a couple of prints. So I've sold, maybe I think 3 or 4 small A5 prints, an original, and a tote bag, and a bookmark. So those together have helped me, double the stall fee, which was I think about $100. So I've made just over 200, which is nice. I mean, I was really nervous for a second there that I would make no sales whatsoever. So that's done for the day, and I've been able to have heaps of lovely chats with Kayla, which has been really nice.
It is Sunday. I will do a debrief of the markets yesterday at another point, but Mum is with me and we are off to the Handmade Markets. So I will try and capture a little bit of that, but I'm also going to be present and chatting to people, but I'm sure there'll be many goodies to find. Thursday, the 26th of March, and I haven't been filming a lot this month. I haven't been doing a lot of painting. So you can see behind me, I have made some progress on this one, which I'm really excited to get stuck back into maybe Sunday, hopefully. It's really rather gloomy weather, which you can't tell from the lighting of this actually. It's pretty nice lighting because it's not too dark outside, but gloomy day today. And gloomy day tomorrow, but thankfully weather gods are looking down on us. Saturday, touch wood, weather is supposed to be nice and clear, if a little bit cooler, that's fine with me, for my Plenty Peeps market, which is perfect. Might be a bit windy, so we'll see how that plays out. It's an outdoor market, so it's always a gamble with the weather, but thankfully it looks pretty decent, all things considered. In the cozy studio, back to painting. Can confirm I finished my latest pet portrait. Let me take her out of the sleeve. So this is Molly. What a sweetie. She was a little bit challenging to paint, to be honest, because she is quite light, and in some photos that I was sent by the owners, she appears quite white, and in others very golden toned. So I am happy with the end result, but she was a little bit of a challenge, this one. I loved the owners asked me to do a few kind of pink flowers around her, so that is finished and ready to go off to her owner. I may have another commission on the books, just trying to finalize that, but otherwise, look, I think these commissions have been a little bit tricky for me this year, to be honest, and I really want to get stuck into my collection, so I'm not pushing a lot of marketing and messaging that I am open for commissions. I have very limited availability because I have other things that I'm prioritizing between my collection, a few other business things I want to pursue, and my 9-to-5 job, which has kind of picked up the pace a little bit recently. So I am just trying to take a gentle approach. That has been my word for the year. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet, but my word for the year is gentle. Being gentle with myself. That means a lot of different things for me, which I won't go into because some of them are quite personal, but in the spirit of that, that's where I'm at the moment. So that commission's done. We'll see what happens with the other one. I'd love to do it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I've got things to be getting on with. The other thing that I wanted to quickly mention, because last I filmed, I was at the Handmade Markets with Mum, which actually didn't end up buying as much as I usually do at those markets. Not that there wasn't an amazing array of things. I just really didn't need anything, and I am not a person who spends money unnecessarily. I do buy wants, not just needs. I'm in a privileged position like that in the current economy, but when I'm purchasing, I'm conscious that it's something I love. And I didn't fall in love with anything at the market. I got a room spray and I got to chat to a lot of friends, which was lovely, but nothing else that really kind of hit me of, oh, I need to have that in my home. And also, I haven't really talked through the Colourful Minds market. So it was a lovely market, and I think what I realised is that audience isn't my audience. So I didn't make a lot of sales. It wasn't my worst market, but nowhere near the best. And that was, I think it was challenging for me because it wasn't my audience. I also didn't have a lot of interactions with people. Some of that is because a lot of the audience was neurodivergent, and so I was very respectful that some people didn't want to have a conversation, which was kind of nice to know that people weren't just dismissing me and moving on like they can in a regular market like Old Bus Depot used to. So it was a different mindset, but it just wasn't my audience. I love the intention behind that market, and I really hope that they do another one, because I think for the community it was amazing, and I know a lot of creators that had a stall there did really well. My beautiful friend Kayla did well that day, which I was so happy for her. Like I said, I covered my stall fee, which was good, but I won't be attending again as a stall holder. The thing is, got to give it a go. You never know, day to day at a market can be different. So who's to say if I did another one of theirs, I could sell a lot of things, but I don't think it's worth the risk. And I don't get the sense that that audience that they are targeting with all of their marketing and the way that they frame the market, I don't think they're looking for what I'm selling. So, and I'm really looking forward to Plenty Peeps. It's always an amazing day. Sadly, Teddy's Matcha is not going to be there. I love those guys, but there's a clash. But Kayla will be there, obviously Josh with Plenty Peeps, and a few others, including some new stall holders that I haven't met before, some that I followed but never met. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I'll probably do a little bit of filming before that if I remember, I've got to get things organised. Oh, which reminds me, I have something new. I have postcards. So not only am I coming to the Plenty Peeps market, but Josh has kindly offered me a shelf at his shop, which he does for quite a lot of local creatives, which is amazing. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to sell in his shop, obviously we've got prints, including the Plant Shop print, which I designed specially in honor of Plenty Peeps and everything that Josh has created over there. But it had been suggested to me recently, and something I've been thinking of is doing postcards. Now, you might be like, Julia, people don't send postcards much anymore. And that's fine, but I feel like some people do. When I go traveling overseas, love to grab a postcard of each location, and a lot I've still got with me. I need to pop them up in the studio, display them. They're not necessarily to send. I did send one to my family just to see how long it took. It actually was much quicker than anticipated. But I love the idea of a postcard can also be the way that you can capture a memory, and that's what I have used that as practice. So I have, how many designs? I'm trying to remember. 5 designs. So we've got the pot plants, the OPH wisteria, the Canberra balloons, of course, the plant shop, and sunflower summer. So a mix of plant and Canberra inspired artworks, and they will be available at Plenty Peeps. I'm also going to put them on my website. By the time you're watching this, they will be live on the website. But if there's anything else you ever think, Julia, there's a gap in the market, why aren't you doing XYZ product? Let me know in the comments below, because that's one of the trickiest things as a small business owner is, especially as an artist, is what products do people actually want? I love creating original artwork, but I recognize not everyone has the budget and not everyone has the space for that. That's why I love doing products like this that still gets my art out there in a way that's more accessible and affordable for people. Anyway, I need to go because I'm going to go hang out with a friend and she's just arrived, but I will talk to you soon. Okay, it's Friday and I have barely put anything out to take to the markets tomorrow. Hopefully it should be quick because I had the markets last weekend. I just need to make sure things like this camera and my square are charged up, but everything else should be good to go. So that's not the reason I'm getting on here and recording because I just got a fun little delivery of something that I ordered maybe almost a month ago now, all the way from the US. My Shop Canvas Extra Strength Grip Lock Magnetic Phone Holder. Bit of a mouthful, but I'm so excited. Particularly because when I am filming larger paintings, I would love to get some more close-up side-on shots. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that with the Osmo, but I know with my phone, if I could just stick it to the window, I've got these like sliding glass doors on this side of the studio. If I could just stick it there, stick my phone to it, that would mean I could get a closer up shot. So that's why I got this from, oh my gosh, it is extra grippy, from my favorite people who created the canvas lamp that I have. I think when I talked with them at one point, I think they confirmed I was the first Australian to ever get one of those. Wild. I feel like a pioneer, but I love the people behind the brand. I've talked about them before in a previous vlog, but Stuart and Abby are the creators of the canvas lamp, and they've now started coming out with a few other products. They have grown, they've gone on such a journey. I feel like I've almost been with them since the start. A fellow American artist that I'd been following and kind of friends with, she was using it, and that's how I discovered it, to do all of the filming of my overhead shots for my socials, everything. Like, invaluable, the best investment I ever made very early days in my business. So I love them. I'm an affiliate with them actually. Just became an affiliate a couple of years ago after having had my canvas lamp for years. So I'm very proudly an affiliate of this brand. I don't affiliate much. One, because I'm small, and two, I'm really conscious of when I'm partnering with a brand. So I will put the link in the description, and I will put my code up here if you want to shop with them, and you can get 15% off, a percentage off. Anyway, I'm so excited. I need to read it's pretty self-explanatory, but I need to read my little instructions. And the great thing is they've also included this ring that you can attach to your phone if it's not magnetic like mine is. You don't have to worry about it, but if you are interested, they think of everything, these guys. I'm going to go and have some fun playing with that. Okay, we have reached Saturday and the market has just started. Everyone's setup looks amazing. I've already done a little bit of shopping, but I'm sure I'm going to do some more. But really excited for today. The weather is good, touch wood. It could get a bit windy, and we're really, really, really hoping it doesn't get windy. Outdoor market and all things. Let me show you my setup before too many people arrive. I was just checking the time before turning this on. I was like, are we only half an hour in? But no, we're almost an hour and a half in. And I've already pretty much sold out of my plant shop prints. I had to pull for some from my shelf over in Josh's shop at Planty Peeps. So I definitely need to restock the smaller size. I've still got the bigger size. I might put that a bit more up front for people. Anyway, so I've still got some to sell today, but sold out online, and I'm going to need to put in a fresh order. And sold a couple of other prints as well. Almost sold the original canvas that I brought with me, but sadly not. But when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And they're like, oh, we spend too much money on plants. I was like, valid. There's quite a few people wandering around, which is fabulous. With these markets, I love them. I love the vibes. I do find usually we have Teddy's Matcha come, and they're a bit of got a cult following here in Canberra. And I was a bit nervous. They're not here today. They couldn't be here. They would love to be here.
we missed them. But thankfully we still had quite a decent crowd. I even had one person come just for me to get a print from me and then left, which kind of felt a little bit special. So that's the current state of play. Very happy, having a lot of fun, having a lot of chats with my beautiful friend Kayla beside me, and eyeing off some things to buy later when it quietens down from other stall holders. But beautiful day, a little bit cold. My hands are a little bit chilly. We have definitely hit autumn here in Canberra.
It is nearly 2 o'clock, which means we are almost done with the market today, and it has been a lovely market day. Made quite a few sales, which is fabulous, and I have been able to do a little bit of shopping. The wind has picked up though, whipping it up in my hair. So the tote rack has gone down, and the bookmarks have gone down because they went all over the floor. But all in all, there's the wind again. Fabulous day. And I will sleep well tonight. My legs are a bit sore from standing for the last however many hours that I've been up. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. It is Monday the 30th of March, and I'm going to close out the vlog with this video. It was a beautiful month in March. March is my favourite month to be living in Canberra. We have everything happening. The only thing that I didn't end up going to was the fireworks display, which we kind of decided last minute we were going to try and go, and parking was absolutely terrible. Fair warning if you're in Canberra, public transport is not the best, and parking is just, it's a situation. So, but otherwise we saw Enlighten and all the events associated with Enlighten, the hot air balloons, which I adore, Handmade Markets, and then I had 2 markets myself, so I've already talked through Colourful Minds. Planty Peeps was this weekend just gone. It's always such a vibe at Planty Peeps. Josh just does a beautiful job in checking in on all of us stall holders, making sure we're all good. He had some, snacks and some drinks for us if we needed. I always come prepared. I'm just feel like I've been brought up in the school of old bus depot where you just bring everything yourself. But it was a wonderful day. It was beautiful weather. Like I said, thankfully it didn't get too windy. And just really lovely vibes all around, and financially, I made a couple hundred, which I'm really happy for. Helps make spending one of my free days of the week working, quote unquote. Like, it doesn't really feel like working, but it takes a lot of energy to do a market. Makes it all worthwhile when you just get a little bit of money in your pocket for your time. And I sold out of the plant shop prints, which is just wild. I kind of saw it coming. When I post a new artwork, sometimes I get a lot of online buzz and excitement for, oh, you should turn this into prints or products or something. And for instance, I did one painting of Svalbard. I got the permission of the beautiful Cecilia, who lives up in Svalbard. She has her own YouTube, and I will tag her below. I really love her videos and have watched her for years now. And we ended up following each other, which is wild, on Instagram, and because I would paint at night watching her videos. and she would repost. And anyway, I got permission to paint one of her photos. I've kept the original for myself, but I ended up turning it into prints, and I got a lot of buzz from painting that, artwork. And when I was like, okay, here it is, available for prints, it was crickets. It was silence. No one bought a print online after all of that online buzz. So I'm always a bit cautious when I do a new artwork and I turn it into prints. I outsource my printing at the moment. It's the most cost-effective way for me to do it because I'm a micro business. I don't get that many online orders. And so I always order in a small quantity now. Plant shops are clearly a success, so I'm going to have to order some more in. The month ahead for me is looking like a lot more painting. I've got another commission that I've just locked in, so I'm going to get started on that soon. This painting I'm feeling really energized by, and I want to get it finished just because I know what the finished product is going to be. I don't want to rush it, but I'm just so excited to keep progressing with it and progressing with heaps of other artworks that are just buzzing in my head for my A Traveler's Journal collection. So a lot more painting to come next month. The weather is getting cooler and we're getting the peaks of autumn colour shining through on the trees. So I'll be sure to capture some of that for the vlog as well. The world's a bit crazy right now, and I am really finding the escapism in creating my art, and I hope that in viewing my art, these vlogs, if you follow me on socials or read my weekly emails, that they provide a little bit of escapism for you as well. I hope that wherever you are in this big wide world of ours, that you are well and finding small joys in your day, and I look forward to sharing more of my art and soul in next month's vlog.